Are you ready to venture into the unknown? Brace yourself for a chilling tale of folklore and fear. Our story starts in a small, unassuming town, nestled between the towering mountains and the vast, seemingly endless forest. A town that carries a weight of untold stories and legends whispered from generation to generation. The townsfolk speak in hushed tones of the forest, of its allure and its danger, of people who ventured too deep and were never seen again. Despite these warnings, or perhaps because of them, the forest calls to those with a thirst for adventure, a desire to unravel its secrets. 5 such individuals, drawn together by their shared curiosity, stand at the edge of this foreboding forest, ready to embark on a journey that will change their lives forever. Little do they know, their story will soon become another legend whispered in hushed tones. As the first rays of the morning sun pierce through the misty veil of the forest, they take their first steps into the unknown, their hearts pounding with anticipation and fear. The forest, in its deceptive calmness, seems to welcome them, its secrets laying hidden beneath the dense canopy. As the town fades into the distance, they cast one last look at the familiar before plunging into the heart of the wilderness. The adventure begins. Have you ever felt the unsettling chill of the unknown deep within a dense, misty forest? Picture this, a group of 5 intrepid hikers, each with their own quirks and idiosyncrasies, but bound by a shared love for adventure. First, we have Jack, the fearless leader, a rugged outdoorsman with a heart as vast as the wilderness he loves to explore. Next, there's Lisa, the city girl with a sense of curiosity that could put Alice in Wonderland to shame. Then we have the twins, Mark and Sarah, inseparable and full of youthful energy. And last but not least, there's the enigmatic Alan, a man of few words, but with a wisdom that seems to stretch beyond his years. Their journey begins on a bright, sunny morning. The air is crisp, the birds are singing, and the promise of adventure is palpable. They set off into the woods, their laughter echoing through the trees, their hearts filled with anticipation. But as they venture deeper into the heart of the forest, their merriment starts to fade. The path becomes twisted and gnarled. The trees loom overhead like ancient sentinels, and an unsettling silence permeates the air. Jack, with his compass in hand, tries to decipher their location, but the compass needle spins erratically, as if confused by the dense forest. Lisa, ever the optimist, attempts to lighten the mood with a joke, but her words fall flat, swallowed by the eerie silence. The twins, usually so full of life, huddle close, their laughter now a distant memory. And Alan, ever the observer, stands at the edge of the group, his eyes scanning the shadowy depths of the forest, his face a mask of concern. As the day wears on, their situation becomes increasingly dire. The forest, once a source of excitement, now feels oppressive and alien. They are lost, with no sense of direction, no way to return to the safety of their world. As the last rays of sunlight disappear, they find themselves lost, embraced by the eerie silence of the wilderness. Every place holds its secrets, and this forest was no different. The group of hikers, lost and disoriented, came across the remnants of an old campsite. Amongst the decaying tent and rusted utensils, they discovered a diary, weathered and old, its pages filled with tales of dread and despair. The diary spoke of a legend, a mythical creature that was said to roam these very woods, a creature of nightmares, born from the whispers of the wind and the rustling of the leaves. It was said to be a relentless predator, stalking its prey under the cloak of the forest's darkness. This was a tale handed down through generations, a tale that was woven into the very fabric of the forest. As the hikers read on, the chilling wind seemed to carry a sinister murmur, echoing the creature's name. A cold dread seeped into their hearts as they began to comprehend their predicament. Little did they know, they weren't alone in the forest. Fear, they say, is the oldest and strongest emotion of mankind. It was on this fateful night, deep within the heart of the woods, that our group of hikers discovered the true essence of this primal emotion. The forest, once a beacon of nature's tranquility, now echoed with disturbing melodies, the rustling of leaves, the snapping of twigs, the subtle whispers carried by the wind. All these sounds, once benign, now were a haunting symphony of the unknown. As the group navigated through the labyrinth of trees, they noticed fleeting shadows dancing around them. These were no ordinary shadows, they were darker, denser, and moved with an uncanny rhythm. Each shadow seemed to carry with it a chilling tale, a tale of a creature that was as old as the forest itself. The realization struck them like a bolt from the blue. They were not alone. They were being stalked. Panic began to seep into their hearts, replacing logic and reason with dread and despair. Their minds raced, their hearts pounded, their breaths quickened. Every sound, every movement, every gust of wind sent waves of terror through their spines. Then, it happened. The moment they had been dreading, the first encounter. A chilling silhouette emerged from the darkness. A creature of nightmares, born from the folklore whispered among the locals, now stood before them. The sight of it was enough to ice their blood and freeze their souls. The forest, once a sanctuary, had now become their worst nightmare. The tranquility they once found in the rustling leaves and the whispering wind was replaced by a bone-chilling dread. Every shadow seemed to harbor a menace, every sound a harbinger of doom. The wilderness they once admired had turned into a labyrinth of terror, the creature from folklore now a horrifying reality. They ran, desperate, panicked, their breaths coming in ragged gasps as they stumbled through the underbrush. The moon, once a gentle companion, was now an unfeeling witness to their plight, casting long, ghastly shadows that danced and twisted with their frantic movements. The creature was relentless. It hunted them, not with the hunger of a predator, but with the cold, calculated malice of a nightmare. The hikers could feel its presence, an ominous weight that seemed to press down on them, sapping their strength, eroding their hope. It was always there, always behind them, an unseen terror that lurked Jay. In the face of death, true colors emerge. In the depths of the forest, where darkness and fear intertwined, the remaining hikers find themselves cornered. Their hearts pound in their chests like war drums, their breaths ragged and desperate. It's a grim symphony of survival, orchestrated by the relentless creature of local folklore that has been stalking them. Their minds, once filled with thoughts of adventure, are now consumed by a single primal instinct: survival. Each hiker looks at the other, their eyes reflecting the same question. Will this be our final stand? The creature, a nightmarish figure from the tales they had once dismissed as mere superstitions, lingers at the fringes of their makeshift camp. The flickering firelight dances on its grotesque form, casting monstrous shadows that seem to come alive in the forest's gloom. In the face of this terrifying adversary, the hikers grasp at their last shreds of courage. With trembling hands, they arm themselves with whatever they can find: sharp rocks, sturdy branches, even a rusty pocket knife one of them had brought along. Determined, they stand their ground, their fear replaced by a newfound resolve. Their unity, their shared will to survive, forms an invisible shield around them. It's a silent declaration to the creature: they will not go down without a fight. When dawn broke, the forest once again wore a mask of serenity. The once ominous woods now bathed in the golden glow of the sun, its eerie whispers replaced with the harmonious songs of the birds. The unsettling night was over, but the terror it birthed was far from forgotten. A search party trampled over the morning dew, their hearts heavy with dread. The abandoned campsite was a grim reminder of the chilling events that unfolded. Tents torn asunder, belongings scattered, but of the hikers, not a trace. The forest, a silent observer, offered no clues to their fate. It was as if the earth had swallowed them whole, leaving only whispers of their terror behind. As the search party retreated, an unsettling thought lingered. The creature from the local folklore, was it mere legend or a horrifying reality? The forest keeps its secrets well. After all, some stories are better left untold. Before we unveil the curtain on this mysterious tale, let's not forget the lessons it holds. If you enjoyed this chilling tale, don't forget to subscribe for more. This forest, like many other places around the world, hides its own secrets, its own legends. It's a reminder that sometimes the most terrifying creatures are not those that lurk in the shadows, but those that hide in plain sight. In the stories we tell, in the legends we create, the hikers may be gone, their fate unknown, but their story lives on, a chilling reminder of the mysteries that remain unsolved. It's a tale that will continue to haunt this forest, a tale that will continue to fuel the local folklore. So, until our paths cross again in another eerie tale, stay tuned for more spine-tingling stories. Until then, keep exploring, keep wondering, and remember, some stories are better left untold. This is your narrator signing off, leaving you with the echoes of this unsettling resolution.